Barking all season
Hello,
long.
y'all. It is
All
time. It's time to breathe again on the latest Bofa Sports webcast streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So you see us, Patrick and Charles, and we both have our jerseys on, our college football jerseys on. So you know what that means. That
It means it's time for Georgia to win another national championship. Yep.
No, absolutely not. Not even going to win the SEC this year. But what I meant is what it is time for. It is time for another college football preview for us to get into.
Got to get my Bro Epic hat on too.
You don't have a Georgia hat? No?
It's in there.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you want me to go and get it, I'll go and get it real quick.
It's all right. No, at least you got a hat. I don't have a Texas hat, so I'm slacking there. But
you need to get one of these Bro Epic hats.
Well, I told you to send me one.
I got another one right here.
Where's that hoodie?
That hoodie will probably be on the way when I get them made.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna have to wear my hoodie on. I'm gonna have to wear my hoodie on here. My hoodie is sick.
So let's get into it, Patrick. Again, this is our college football preview show where we will talk about all four of the power conferences. No, Patrick, the Pac-2 does not count.
I did that when count them. I'm surprised there's still two there.
Then we have the group of five. See which team or maybe teams can rise up and get into the college football playoff, and then it will go down to who we believe will be the last team standing. Probably a spoiler alert, we're both confident in our teams, but we'll go ahead and have the discussion about who will the last team standing, or who the last team standing will be after the college football playoff national championship game, which will take place in Miami this year. So,
spoiler alert, Aaron, it will not be Northwestern.
And Aaron, it is.
When you get on here, you can hear that.
Yeah. Aaron, it is good to see you on. And let's jump into it. So, Patrick, of course, as we always do, we will start with the conference that had the team winning the national championship, which, of course, it was Ohio State. And that means we will start with the Big Ten Conference. So, of course, you have Ohio State. We'll see if Michigan can reemerge. Had a down year last year after winning the national championship in 2023.
But we'll still beat Ohio State.
And they still beat Ohio State.
3 years in a row.
4 years in a row, actually.
4 years in a row. I thought they beat them one time.
Nope.
He hasn't beat them yet?
From 2021.
I don't give a crap if they won a national championship. Sucks.
Yeah. From 2021, Michigan does have their number. And for another note on the Big Ten. So, of course, we know Ohio State won the national championship, but the team who actually won the conference was Oregon. And they defeated Penn State in the Big Ten championship game. So, can Oregon make another move to win the conference, which of course it was their first year in the conference and they won it. We know Penn State, there's always questions about Penn State, and it's we got to see it to believe it with them. But of course they will get overhyped. Same with USC, they will get hyped up ridiculously too. And then you have teams like Wisconsin, Illinois, who we discussed a couple of weeks back, and Nebraska make a move. Maybe Washington can reemerge. You know, Washington is 2 years removed from getting to the national championship game themselves. So, few teams in there to choose from, but most likely, I'm sure you and I are probably in agreement. It will probably come down to Ohio State and Michigan to see who can come on out. And Oregon, I guess you can throw in that list. So, Patrick, who do you have winning the Big Ten Conference this year?
Oregon.
Yeah.
I have Oregon, and this is the reason why. Look, Ohio State won the national championship. I mean, they had a great team last year. They did. I mean, I'm not going to take anything away from them. But Oregon's schedule is a little bit more finesse than Ohio State's. And this is very rare when you hear me say this. I mean, look, Oregon has Penn State and Indiana, top 25. That's it. You know what I mean? Ohio State, on the other hand, has day one, game one, coming up this weekend. Texas. They could take a loss right there. So I think Oregon goes pretty. I think Oregon.
They will take a loss. But all right.
Take a loss. You're real biased. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm biased on it too. Now, they family. I need them to win. You know what I mean? So, Oregon's schedule is a little bit more favorable than Ohio State's. And then, you know, obviously at the end of the year, Ohio State has Illinois. That could be two right there. And if Day is coached, which we all think he is, and we all know he is, he might lose to Michigan. That's 3 losses right there. So I'll go Oregon. And that's just me just being a little, you know, real on the situation. You know, 3 losses, dude. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you Ohio State will lose to Illinois. But let me tell you, if they play anything like they did last year, they could beat them.
Well, and you know, Patrick, like I mentioned earlier, we talked about Illinois a couple of weeks ago, and they have a team. They're solid. Got a good running game. You know, Brett Bielema, he always has a good running game no matter where he goes. They can play solid defense. It's just whether or not Illinois can get those explosive plays off the running game.
Yep.
That's the main question I have with Illinois. If they can, I think they're capable of beating anybody in that conference.
Yeah. And then on top of that, just to throw this out there, if Penn State plays to their strength and not play to lose when they play Ohio State, they can be 4 losses. That is a little bit harder of a schedule for Ohio State than they have had in the past. So you got Texas game 1. We're going to find out what they're made of right there. We're going to find out. We're going to find out 2 things. We're going to find out what Texas is made of. We're going to find out what Ohio State is made of. Those are the two big things you're going to learn from these 2 teams. And then you get a little bit of a break, and then you get Illinois midweek or midseason, and then a little bit of a break, and then you get Penn State, and then you got Michigan at the end of the year. I mean, they possibly could take 4. Now, I don't think they're going to. I think they're probably going to lose 2 games. But 2 games is a lot more than what they're used to.
So you have to, the one thing, so that if we beat them, it won't count against them. Of course, it'll count. But the conference standings, it won't count against them.
But I mean, if Texas comes in there and beats them down, they could lose to Ohio. They ain't going to. Have them all scared. They're shook. They can't even beat power. They can't beat anybody anymore. That'd be nice.
You're right.
No. I mean, I know it doesn't affect them in conference, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's still a loss. And, I mean, 4 losses, they'll probably lose 1, maybe 2 in conference. Maybe 2 in conference.
Yeah, and, I mean, I think another thing, and Indiana, I know Indiana gets forgotten too, but Indiana did make the college football playoff last year. I don't know if they make that type of run again.
I don't think so.
Just because, I mean, the Big Ten, I guess one thing I can say about the Big Ten this season is it looks like the depth is getting a little bit more deeper. Not saying it's like the SEC, which of course we're going to get to in a minute.
SEC ain't deep anymore either. They're really not. I mean, when you look at NIL and what that has done for all of these small market teams, I mean, it was showing during Georgia Texas games when Georgia North Texas substituted the way they have in the past. Normally, you got 5 linebackers waiting to go. You got that anymore.
I still think the teams are deep because I mean, like I think from top to bottom, I still say the SEC is pretty good. Now, how good they can be, that's the question.
Yeah.
But there's some teams in there, which we're gonna get to, that are capable, of getting in the SEC championship and making a run. But with the Big Ten, I do think between, Wisconsin normally stay solid. They had a little bit of a down year last year. Minnesota, they can be tough. They kind of were down a little bit too. We'll see about them. And thought about Illinois. We'll see about Indiana. Nebraska. This is Matt Rule's third year. So normally when he's at a program, they start to take off around the third year. We'll see if that happens with Nebraska.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still think it will come down to those four. It'll come down to Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, and Oregon. And I'm with you on Oregon probably winning the conference because of the schedule that they face. The Ohio State schedule will be a little bit tougher. I don't know where Michigan is exactly right now. They had a down year. They'll be starting a new quarterback to Underwood. And when you think about it, Ohio State will be starting a new quarterback too. Yep. So so it'll be good. I mean,
it'll be interesting for the Big Ten with all of that. Yeah,
he'll have the all-world receiver to throw to there in Jeremiah Smith, at least. So it'll be interesting in the Big Ten. But yeah, I agree with you on the Oregon pick. I think Oregon will find a way to win the Big Ten. I'll say this one more time before we move on. I'll say this one more time about Penn State. There is reason to believe that Penn State could actually break through. They got their quarterback coming back, Drew Aller. James Franklin, I never have any trust in him, but maybe. But
that's the problem right there.
Yeah. But there's reason for the people in Happy Valley State College, PA, to be excited about this team. I mean, obviously, the rankings have them there too. The rankings, Penn State was almost voted number one. Mm-hmm. It was that close between us and them to see who would be the number one in that AP poll, at least. And so Penn State does have some hope. But like you said at the beginning, play aggressively when you are playing against Ohio State and Michigan.
And if you do, you can beat them. I mean, there's so many times where Penn State was winning, and then they just start I don't know. They just play not to lose, and when you play not to lose, you lose. You lose. I mean, you got to put your foot on their throat and keep pressing, and that's not disrespecting the team because you let up. No, you hang 50 on them because you respect them. That's why you do it. You respect them as a club. You respect them as an organization. You respect them as a fear football team. You can't go up by 15, up by 20, and then just start letting off the gas because you don't want to blow them out. No. You can't do an Ohio State team like that. You've got to keep pressing forward. Put more pressure on them. Put more pressure on them. Put more pressure on them. Franklin, if he can't do that, then
same story.
Every single year. You can be ranked 0 above Texas. And if you get to that Ohio State team and you lose, don't mean crap. You got to keep pressing. You do it to every team. You'll lose 2 games out of the entire season. You'll score 37 points on every team and then come over here to Ohio State and then drop 12. I'm like, just beat them, dude. Everybody's rooting for you to beat them. There's 100,000 people that don't want you to beat Ohio State. It's people in the stands. That's it. Everybody else is like, oh my God, just beat them.
Yeah, and that game is in Columbus this year too. That's funny. Aaron, so before we move on from the Big Ten, we didn't forget about Northwestern. We just don't know how good Northwestern is going to be.
I mean, they're going to be good. Let's look at their schedule. So they got Oregon week 3.
Mm-hmm.
Then they got Penn State week 6. and they got Michigan week 10, and then they got Illinois week 12.
Okay.
I mean,
7-5, 8.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 8-4.
8-4. Okay.
I'll go 8-4. 7-5. I'll go 7-5 because they do got Tulane week 1. I mean, we'll see.
Let Northwest look. How about this? Northwestern will make a bowl game this year. We'll
Northwestern, they will do it. Absolutely make a bowl game. They will absolutely make a bowl game. I'm gonna go with Northwestern 7-5. Right? I mean, I do think that they have improved. We just don't know how much. And that would be the only problem. I mean, and if Michigan has another down year, you might see them go
8-4. Well,
but they got to finish. They do got to finish. They do got to finish.
Well, with that, let's head on down south and let's get into the SEC. So listen, look, we are not scared, as y'all should know by now, to show our biases and our allegiances to our squad.
Oh, I'm biased as hell. Everybody knows I'm going Georgia.
You see the jerseys, and look, I won't, because we obviously both think our teams are going to win the conference. Just to do a review from last year, of course, Georgia beat us twice, including in the SEC Championship game. Great game in the SEC Championship game, went to overtime. And then you had Texas A&M, who was there at the end. We were able to beat them, knock them out of there. Alabama was right in the running, but they had a bad loss to Oklahoma to knock them out. So,
and Vandy.
Yeah, I was going to get to Vandy. But
yeah, but I'm going to get there first. And
well, so on that note, though, but see, that speaks to the depth of the conference, because Vandy's not necessarily. Let's see who you got. Exploring with Ben and Sam. So we got another comment here. Are those Ducks?
Or don't count us out for another good run. Oh no, we got the Ducks winning the conference.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we got
the tuned in earlier. You would got all the praise.
Yep, we do have the Ducks winning the Big Ten. So hey, Ben and Sam, we got you. And so but yeah, I mean, with all those teams in the SEC, South Carolina, see what they can do. Alabama, I think they'll improve. They got the all-world receiver on their own end with Ryan Williams coming back for his sophomore season. Tennessee should be strong. We discussed Florida, what they could be capable of doing. Mentioned A&M. LSU is expecting big things this year too. So the depth in the conference is still pretty strong. And of course, Vandy. Hey, they got the quarterback. They got Pavia coming back. So we'll look out for Vanderbilt too. Kentucky's never a hard game or never an easy game. And then Mississippi State, if you play them in Starkville, you always know that's going to be just annoying because of those belts. And I didn't forget about Ole Miss either. Ole Miss,
you should have,
because we're waiting. Ole Miss is probably the SEC version of Penn State. Honestly, you're just waiting for them to break on through, and they will even have a victory. At least they've gotten a victory. Penn State can't even get a victory, but Ole Miss had the victory against y'all actually last year, and then they came back and lost to Florida after having a bye week. And Florida was not that good, although Florida was showing some improvement.
They were strongly improving at the end of the year. So, I mean, the only question I really have as far as like Tennessee and their quarterback situation. Obviously, that's going to be a huge question. I think that team is strong, but we still got to see what their quarterback situation is going to do. I mean, we know that they got really good receivers. They got a really good O-line. They get a lot of pressure with the D-line. The run game, I don't think the run game was really that big last year with Nico at the helm, but I mean, they got some running backs out there.
Their running game was actually pretty good. Remember, they had the running back Dylan Sampson. And
yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it's going to be interesting with the new quarterback situation in Tennessee and how he runs that. Um, I mean, Georgia's going to have a new quarterback situation.
He's starting Stockton, right?
Gunner.
Gunner, yeah.
So they're gonna start him. We'll see how he does. I mean, dude's a beast. I mean, you saw what he did last year. You know, so
I want to see if he can push the ball downfield a little bit more. That's the only question I have with Stockton. Because
he's getting first team reps now.
So. Yeah, and so that's what I said. Like, I want to see if he can just push the ball down the field just a little bit more.
And he's gonna have some weapons to throw to now.
And like you said, he was in there kind of just managing the offense. So Georgia, which I think what I feel about Georgia is they are going to get back to big boy ball.
Yeah.
From all the clips I have seen, whatever, YouTube clips, UGA athletics, whatever it is. Kirby Smart has them
back to running.
Yeah, Kirby Smart has them playing physical ball.
Yeah.
Let's win at the line of scrimmage. Offensive line dominate, defensive line destroy and disrupt. Aggressive defense, blitzing. I mean that's what I'm seeing from Kirby Smart.
Mm-hmm.
And so that like they're getting back to winning the trenches. And I think what happened, and I mean you can speak to this too. I think what happened is once they got Stetson Bennett in there and he was able to make some plays with his arm, and then later on with Carson Beck, I think they started to get a little bit more pass happy than what they have been in the past. And it kind of took away a little bit from that physicality. Not saying Georgia wasn't physical. Like, I mean,
it took away from their physicality. Yeah. I mean, you weren't opposing your will to run 160, 180 yards a game. You know, where in the past that's what we averaged, 180 to 200 yards a game. We would not go many games without having two running backs with 100 yards plus. And then all of a sudden now we're getting running backs that only get, we got four running backs that are averaging about 45 to 50 yards, maybe. And we're not doing a lot of the carries. I mean, we got to get back to carrying the ball and passing with play action. If we don't do that, we're gonna open ourselves up. I mean, but Carson Beck he had a big arm, but he wasn't accurate.
And he wasn't mobile either.
You're coming off of Stetson Bennett, who is far more accurate, far more mobile, and you're expecting this guy to throw 45, 50 times, and hell, you didn't even have Stetson Bennett doing that. You know what I mean? So, and then on top of that, you got Brock Bowers, Lad McConkey, you got all of those people to throw to, and then now you don't have those. Now, they do got some new shiny toys that they're going to be throwing to this year, but I mean, it's still my question is quarterback, and it's just like when I look at Texas. Like, my question is the offensive line. How is that offensive line going to stack up against this SEC defenses when you just had three of them go to the pros? So yeah, I'm kind of curious about your offensive line when it comes to Texas. South Carolina, on the other hand, I don't really have a lot of questions for them. They're coming back solid. They didn't lose a lot of people.
So I think with our offensive line, and this is on Steve Sarkisian as well. You got Arch Manning in, and there's a lot of hype around Arch. Of course, there has been ever since he decided to come to Texas. But we have. Let's see. Hold on. Aaron got a comment. I guess I see that it's a totally Queen Kim.
I love the hashtag.
Yeah, hashtag know your history. That's a long hashtag. I'm probably not wrong, but the name Dr. Op makes me right. That's a long hashtag. Love it, Aaron. What I will say about Texas, so another thing that is going to be key in mentioning the offensive line, the best way to get the offensive line going is to run the football. And We got big dudes coming on back. You're right, we did lose a lot. Like you said, the 3 of our dudes went to the pros, but you know how we are in Texas. We throw them down there. I was like, offensive linemen just come out like out of the roots, and so they got to get acclimated by running the football. We got Wisner coming back running the ball, and we're getting Baxter back. Baxter missed the year last year with the knee injury, but he'll be back. So we have to get those 2 running backs going, and it just starting right off the bat on Saturday. We need to do that in Columbus. I'm cool with the let's try a deep shot in the first 1 or 2 plays, but let's get Arch settled in. Let's have him run the ball, and Arch can run the ball too. So let's.
Yeah, but I mean, you really want him to be a pocket passer.
Hey, nah, dude.
You know, like the rest of his family.
Nah, man. Hey, if he can run the football, because hey, I love that dual threat. I'm not saying let's run him out there 20 times. Let's not treat him like he's Lamar Jackson or somebody. But yeah, but a little read option where he can keep it a little bit, and then he knows how to protect himself. Then I'm good with that. But let's use those running backs. Let's get the offensive line going. And if we do that, that's going to make us very dangerous. On defense, I think we're good there. Dude, he is way more better than Kurt Warner running the ball, Aaron. Stop it. You stop capping, Aaron. You know he can run.
Hey, Aaron, he said way more better.
Yeah, I know. That's that Charles vocabulary speaking too.
Stephen A. Smith come out. Way more better. He's way more better. He's way tons more betters.
Yeah.
He's way tons more betters.
Oh goodness, Kurt Warner. He got brain damage.
He got brain damage. Y'all got brain damage.
Yeah. Oh boy, hey, that Texas education coming through in the clutch, right?
That Texas education.
Nah, but he can run way more better than Kurt Warner. We're gonna lean right into it.
Lean right into it and take it.
But yeah, because I mean, you remember the run he had against Texas A&M. He came around the end and he ran over somebody too, ran over a corner there. So he is not the typical Manning stay in the pocket passer. He does actually have a little bit of mobility that he could use to escape. And as I said, again, he's not Lamar Jackson. I'm not saying he is modern day Michael Vick at Virginia Tech. No. But he can escape a little bit. And again, I don't want him running a whole bunch anyway. I want him handing off to those running backs. We got good running backs, and use that offensive line, get him settled into the game. But so Patrick, look, to close off our SEC talk and get to the other conferences. Obviously, we feel strongly about our teams winning the conference. So I'll just ask, which team out of Ole Miss, Bama, he can run like Elvis Gerbach. Hey, that is a solid comp. Elvis Gerbach could run pretty good too. Yep, I'll give you that, Aaron. Nice comp. Kurt Warner. That is insulting. But out of Bama, Ole Miss, LSU, Tennessee, Florida, South Carolina, A&M, which one of those teams can emerge and perhaps take out one of those spots from one of our teams when it comes time for the SEC championship game in Atlanta?
I mean, I don't think anybody's taking. Oh, you're saying in Atlanta? Okay.
Yeah, like who could get? Yeah, who could perhaps? Like I said, we both.
I mean, look. South Carolina or LSU.
South Carolina or LSU? Yeah, LSU, man. Brian, I don't have faith in Brian Kelly.
You may not, but dude.
But LSU is loaded.
Dude, they're loaded. I mean, like, if Kirby Smart or Steve Sarkisian was coaching LSU, they'd be national champion.
There's so much talent in
There's so
LSU.
much talent in LSU right now. I mean, 5-star quarterbacks to 5-star freaking bench warmers. They got 5-star bench warmers, dude. They got 5-star Gatorade buckets. I mean, they're sitting on so much talent in LSU. But like you said, I mean, I don't trust Kelly to coach it well. Kelly's like Jimbo Fisher, you know. You get all these recruits, but yet you don't know how to coach them. So, I mean, I think LSU is good enough because I mean, I don't see anybody else that's going to like tear them down in the conference like that. I mean, they're going to have. Well, here, let's look at their schedule real quick. So they got Clemson right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
We'll find out within the first 3 weeks what LSU is made of, because they got Clemson, then they got Louisiana Tech, and then they got Florida.
Okay.
So we'll find out. We'll find out in 3 short weeks. We'll find out what LSU is about.
Enunciation. Love it. You know, LSU
You're missing the front teeth, man. Come on, give me a break.
LSU got that Creole language going, so shoot that Cajun. I love it. Brian Kelly coming in there, faking accents, and so
I mean, and then on top of that, LSU does have 7 top 5 or top 25 games this year. So,
yup. Oh, so a couple of comments here. Hey, is that I'm gonna go Yasmin. All right, nice to see you in there. Says he's a professional designer, so we're gonna have to talk to him about that. I don't know, but and then Aaron says, okay, yeah, I did see that Jay Cutler had gotten a DUI in Tennessee.
You'd almost think he came from Georgia.
Okay, yeah.
He got in trouble with 2 of them just like 2 weeks ago.
Y'all put the liquor down, Patrick.
No.
Goodness gracious. He's like, no.
Hey, look, it's a prerequisite to even come to Georgia. You have to be able to drink and drive. That's the way it is. And if you can do both at the same time, even better.
And before we hop on out, South Carolina is very interesting to me. Yeah. I'm all about Shane Beamer and what he's bringing in terms of that intensity. They got their quarterback coming back too, Sellers coming back, and Florida with Lagway being healthy. It'll be interesting to see what they have. He said Georgia just Wisconsin. Whoa. Whoa. I think he's talking about the drinking. I think he's talking about the drinking.
Okay, yeah.
Well, yeah.
We'll say that, yeah.
Hey, I've been to Wisconsin, and that state can party. And I was actually in Madison, close to Wisconsin University. So, or the U of Wisconsin, my bad. And Aaron said, yup, that's what he did.
So let me just put it this way. I've been arrested 1 time. Okay. I was partying with somebody from Wisconsin when that happened. Just so you know.
There you go. Yeah.
They had me in cuffs and shackles. I mean, dude, look at me. I'm little. What am I going to do? I'm 5'10". What am I going to do? Beat up a cop with a gun? Come on. But yeah, me and my friend, he was from Wisconsin. We were partying, and that's when I got arrested. Yeah. So, fun facts about Pat, just so you know.
So let's move on to the Big 12. And the Big 12, Yasmin, I got you. We got you. You're a professional designer. We got you. But let's go to the Big 12. And the Big 12, this might be the conference that is the most questionable, because any team can win this. It is that it's a deep conference. We don't know if there's like a team that can make a run to the national championship, but there's a lot of good teams in there that are going to be battling for the spots in the Big 12 championship. I mean, as it was last year, there were 4 teams that could have been in there. And of course, Arizona State won, beating Iowa State. So, I mean, this could be one of those years. Does Utah reemerge? Utah had a down year last year. What about TCU? TCU, of course, was in the national championship game a few years back.
And no, we broke their spirits. They're never coming back. They're like, look, if that's what national championships are, I don't want any piece of that. So the TCU is out for life. They're done.
Out for life. Stop.
They're never coming back. They're like, man, that Georgia team. We looked at this is what TCU said. We looked at Georgia and we questioned our life choices. And they couldn't not play football.
Could Arizona State continue? Could they?
They have a better chance than TCU because we ruined TCU's hopes and dreams.
Can what about Colorado? Can Colorado? Could you have Iowa State, of course, Kansas State? Maybe they could do it. So where are you at with the Big 12? Which team do you see?
Hey, Iowa State got a head start.
Yes, they did.
They got a nice head start. So did Kansas. They got a head start. I mean, like the rest of the conference was like, hey, y'all go ahead and take the head start. See where it goes. Good luck.
Yeah, difficult, huh?
Dude, there's nobody in there.
Difficult, huh?
I'm good. UCF. No, dude, I really don't know about this conference, man. I have looked at it several times, and I'm like,
it's a lot of good teams that could come out of there.
It's so. I'm gonna go Houston.
You're going Houston?
I'm gonna go Houston. Let's see where it goes.
This is a close your eyes and throw.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna put that. We're gonna put that with I will never pick Army again.
Yeah, because I will never pick Army again. You know what's going to be funny though if Houston comes out of this conference.
I know. I'll be like, what?
I'll be like, dude, that should have let me win. Look, I'll tell you what. I'll go Houston, but if Houston comes out of the conference, you let me have the season.
No,
I don't know what the score is. You let me have the season. Houston wins.
No, I can't do that.
No, you can't do that because Houston might come out and you'll be like, oh, well, now I'm 3-0.
No, I just don't want to let you have the whole season off of one pick. No, we've been working hard on that.
You know? You much rather take this. You much rather take this ass whooping slow and painful, right?
Well, it's not going to be an ass this year. Not this year. That ain't happening.
Yeah, you're going to be 0-3.
No, we about to turn that around. We about to flip that around this year. But Houston, look, Houston got a good squad too. Gosh, I don't know. Let's see, because man, Oklahoma State, man, Mike Gundy might be time for him to go. He might have lost the program now. Because Oklahoma State been going down. Utah, I think Utah will reemerge again. They had a down year, but they don't normally have 2 bad years in a row. They
normally.
Yeah. And then let's see.
Houston pick actually might be not that bad.
I don't think it is. I really don't. I don't think it is. He said, "Yep, the famous come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40. Garbage." But you know what, dude? Patrick, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pick TCU.
Oh God.
I'm picking TCU because I can't pick Texas Tech. Texas Tech never plays defense.
Well, Texas Tech can throw 50 on you, but they get 55 thrown on them.
Exactly. I can't do that. I can't. And, Colorado, I just don't think they're good.
They're losing 3 of their biggest stars.
Now
they got them where they're at. So let's see where that goes.
I will say this, Patrick. So now that those people are gone, let's see how Deion coaches now. Yeah. Now we got to go ahead and see if he can build
Yeah, is he going to walk that field like he did with his son? Is he going to walk that field from 20-yard line? Well,
Yeah. Build that team now.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say.
Is Deion Sanders going to coach, or is Coach Prime coming out? Which one?
If we get Deion, then he'll build the team. You get Coach Prime, then he's trying to go with the flash and try to keep. He's going to Jerry Jones route, trying to keep the team.
Yeah. If it's Coach Prime, he gets a new hat, cowboy hat. Or if it's Deion Sanders, he gets a new hat. If it's Coach Prime, he gets a new pair of sunglasses. So you know which one you're going to get, depending on if you get a hat or if you get sunglasses. And I'm talking about the big ones. I'm talking about, the ones that make you look like a fly. The big, bulky ones. Those ones. You get those big ones like this big, and you can only see his mouth and none of his forehead. Coach Prime's out.
I can't forget about BYU either. BYU was right there in that race as well. So, I mean, it's gonna be tough, but the TCU pick, that's kind of the same as it was for you with Houston. We're just gonna throw a team out and let's see what happens. Because
I'm comfortable with Houston.
Yeah, I'm good with TCU too. Arizona State. They do have their quarterback coming back, Sam Leavitt, but we'll see how they replace Scatterfoot, who had left, and now he is playing for the New York Giants. So now let's go over to the ACC, another interesting conference here. This was won by Clemson last year, defeating SMU in the championship game in that conference. Clemson, a lot of hype there. They got Cade Klubnik coming back, and most of their team is returning too. And apparently the pollsters think they can make some noise. They got them rated as number 4. And again, they have a lot of people who was on the team that did make it to the college football playoff after winning the ACC championship game coming back. So, of course, we know you is overhyped as usual, but a lot of people think, as usual, a lot of people think this is the year for Miami. I'm not sure about that, but we'll see. And they got your boy Carson Beck.
Well, I'm glad they got him because we don't need it. I will say this: I do feel Carson Beck is a huge upgrade from Cam Ward. I will say that.
Do you?
Yeah, I think it's a big upgrade. But here's the deal: like I said, Cam Ward. I never really liked him as a quarterback. I don't really like Carson Beck as a quarterback either.
That's why I'm wondering.
But I do think it's an upgrade for Miami from Cam Ward. I say huge, but really honestly, I don't know. I think it is a better quarterback. But here's the deal: they ain't gonna get anywhere. I went back and forth, dude. I have been going back and forth on this conference whether I was going to go with Georgia Tech. And I want to, dude. I want to so bad. I want to go with Georgia Tech.
Exactly, Aaron. Miami is just Oregon Southeast. The titles don't mean anything anymore. Exactly. Miami, nah. But here's the thing. So you mentioned Georgia Tech. I like Georgia Tech too. We know North Carolina. They got Bill Belichick in there, so we'll see what they do with the first year under Belichick. NC State is always solid. They can't quite break through. We'll see what they can do this year. So yeah, Patrick. Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna pick Georgia Tech to win this conference?
I want to so bad, but but that Clemson team it does look good. Dude, I'm gonna do it. Georgia Tech. I got Georgia Tech winning the conference. Yeah, Georgia and Georgia Tech winning the conference because I'm never going to get to do this again. Maybe if I put that out there, I'm never going to get to do this again. So Georgia Tech. Georgia is winning the SEC. Georgia Tech's winning the ACC. Go Dogs. And
do that again.
Stupid mascot. But I'm going for them. Georgia Tech. I'm going. Let's do it.
Dude, Georgia Tech, I think can be good. Like I am not far off with you. I like it. I like the coach, Brent Key. He has brought an identity to that team. Georgia Tech got some athletes in there again, like on the edges. You know they can run the ball, but on the edges they got playmakers there. The defense is pretty good. He said,
Let's see.
Question mark. And so, but gosh, I can understand why you made that pick, but I'm still gonna say Clemson because Clemson just always seems to win that conference somehow. And
somehow, some way, they always do. It's the reason why I want. It's like I know it's going to be a fight, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm ruling out Clemson by all means, dude. I'm kind of fully suspecting them to win because, like you said, they always win. But man, I want Tech to win it so bad because I'm just like that school has been needing something to fight for so many years, other than like lacrosse and baseball and whatever other sport they play.
Well, they got a coach who's building the program.
I want it for them. So
they have a coach who's building.
Yeah,
he's actually got the program to where they can continue to build off of these years. And I mean, even the games that they lose, they're right there. It's just a play here, play there. Remember, they did knock off Miami last year when Miami was undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have things there that they can continue to stack. And I think they have a lot of people returning from last year too. And I can understand why someone would make that pick. I just think, Clemson being loaded, always finding a way to win that conference outside of the year that Florida State won it a couple of years ago now. They just find that I hear they play responsible sobriety. Aaron, boy, just coming with it. And so, but I do have Clemson winning there. I want to see if SMU can continue. He said it was too easy. Yeah, you're right, Aaron. Aaron, you be hitting that low hanging fruit. I see you in
all the time.
Yeah. I see you, Aaron. Yep. You see you getting that low hanging fruit. That easy money. I see it.
Hey, get in where you fit in.
Exactly. Yeah, I am not hating on it at all. But yeah, I want to see if SMU can come back and have a good performance to make the college football playoff as well. But yeah, it's just hard to see someone coming through and knocking Clemson off, especially with what they have coming back. So yeah, I like Georgia Tech too. Maybe Georgia Tech can actually get to the ACC championship game and perhaps lose to Clemson. If they can beat Clemson, I don't think it would be out of the possibility that they could beat Clemson. But yeah, I'm gonna go Clemson.
Okay.
And so with that, there's the 4 power conferences. What team out of the group of 5 could potentially make a run? Of course, last year it was Boise State. Boise State was able to get the 4th. Was it the 3rd seed? They had the 3rd seed last year in the college football playoff. And we'll get a little bit more into the college football playoff and what's happening with the rules and how teams will be treated in a minute. But Boise State was that team that came out of the group of 5. Could it be somebody different? Maybe it's Boise State again. Could it be UNLV? Could it be Tulane? Could it be Memphis maybe? Which team do you think can break through and maybe perhaps replace Boise State if you don't have Boise State just going back?
Georgia State, baby.
Georgia.
We're keeping it in house.
Why are we keeping
for the whole?
He's my man. And you said that with a straight face too. Georgia State. Look, is Valdosta State winning D3?
What's that?
Is Valdosta State winning D3?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, we're keeping it in state, baby. Nah, I was looking at it, and it's between 3 teams: Tulane, Boise State, and UNLV. That's the 3 that I saw. But I think I'm gonna stick with Boise State. I mean, honestly, they're a safe bet, I guess.
Yeah, I'm still just laughing when you just like Georgia State. My man said, all right. So Aaron said Tulane, and yeah, I can say Tulane. He said they're the only team to have a top 10 rusher in each of the last 3 years. Talk about low hanging fruit, dead ass. Yep. No.
Yep.
Tulane.
Hey, like I told you, we ain't mad.
No.
We do it ourselves.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, that's right. Yep, Aaron. Yep. Thanks for calling me out on that. And that's what I meant. I meant D2 because they had those playoffs in there. Yep. The Valdosta State did actually have a pretty good team while I was sitting here talking mess about them. And one of the dudes that I used to work with in the military, he was from Valdosta. Boy, he was all about the Valdosta State. So, so shout out to him. I think it is between Tulane, Boise State. I think Memphis will get in there. UNLV, I have to see what all they return because, I mean, they were right there. They gave Boise State a lot of problems last year in the 2 games that they did play. Although Boise State was able to kind of pull away from them in the Mountain West championship game.
It's just UNLV doesn't have depth. I'm hoping that they can pull a little bit of depth in, but I still think Boise State's just too strong of a team in those group of 5, man.
Yeah, I don't really see anybody coming out of there. Boise State too. Like, I think Memphis will be one to watch because Memphis. I know last year they started to peak, and you remember they knocked off Tulane. And I want to see if Memphis can.
There was another team that knocked off Tulane.
Go ahead and say it, Patrick.
There was one more team, and
just go ahead and say
who
it.
Who was it, Charles?
Go ahead and you said it earlier. Don't worry about it. Yep. We'll just say it was one of the academies.
But more specifically, who was it? There was one other team.
I'm not doing this with you, Patrick. I'm not doing it. No, we're not. I'm not doing this.
You don't have to.
Yes, because I already know the truth. I know what happened. I know it was art. I know it was art. And so with that, before we get on out, so of course, look, we are confident in our teams that they will be the last one standing when it is time to play the college football playoff national. Yes, Aaron. It's not Northwestern either. We are very, very confident in our teams to be the last one standing down there in Miami when it's time to play the national championship.
There's only going to be one team left standing in Miami.
Aaron is going off of your Georgia preferences, and so that's so funny. So if it's, I'll just ask if it's not going to be our respective teams, which team or teams do you think could perhaps be the last one standing? If it's not going to be one of ours,
I don't believe it.
Like I don't think I
believe in that question.
Yeah,
you can't ask me that question. I'm going to tell you there is no other team left standing except for Georgia.
Yeah, see, that's why I wanted to do it. I just wanted to get it on record.
Yeah, there's no other team. It's Georgia. And we're going to win, and that's it. Smash mouth football.
Hey, well, Aaron done caught on apparently. Yeah. Oh goodness. So there is y'all college football preview.
Wait, hold on, Charles. So let me ask you a question. If it's not your respective team, who's left standing in Miami?
See, I'm willing to have the conversation. I would hope it be someone from the SEC, of course. But
What if it's Oklahoma?
No, I'm not rooting for Oklahoma. That's look. Hey, I got the Charles Barkley method here. So here's the Charles Barkley method. Charles Barkley says he roots for everything SEC except Alabama football. So for me,
having your cake and eat it too.
Okay, for me, I root for everything SEC except anything Oklahoma.
Okay.
And that's where we're at with it. I'll root for A&M. I'll root for A&M. I'll root for Arkansas. I will root for LSU, even though I can't stand Brian Kelly. I will root for everything SEC except Oklahoma athletics, not just football.
It's hard for me to root for LSU like football. Especially after they threw beer bottles at me in a game.
Yeah, dude, Baton Rouge is,
and we lost. It was like insult to injury. We got our butts handed to us in LSU, and they were like, "Yo, suck."
So Aaron has Ohio State versus Notre Dame again. So we got a repeat national championship game from Aaron. Notre Dame is one dumbass throwaway from advancing last year. Yeah, look, Notre Dame, like I said, I like what Marcus Freeman brings to the team. And the thing with Notre Dame is I just wonder about their skill positions. I think they'll be able to run the ball. They have a good offensive line, but do they have enough playmakers on the outside to go against teams like us, like y'all, even though they did beat y'all. Sorry. But that wasn't even
we didn't show up, dude.
That wasn't even really their offense though. Notre Dame had a special teams touchdown in that.
Notre Dame half-assed that game and beat us, dude. I was like, half of their team showed up, and they probably put elementary kids on there, and they still beat us. I was like, what are we doing? Look, that was horrendous showing from Georgia. Horrendous.
And then, so do you Aaron? So do you have Penn State and Notre Dame in the championship game, or Ohio State? Which one? Which one are they replacing? Because I can't go with Penn State. I can't ask the guy that Penn State.
And if Penn State does make it and they go against Ohio State won.
Yep, that's how I feel too.
I mean, like that shouldn't even show up. Like that will be one national championship game I would never watch is Ohio State versus Penn State.
You know what? Okay, I'll do that. Look, if Penn State wins the national championship, I will give you the college football pick'em challenge, and I'll wear a Penn State jersey. How about that? I'll do that. Yeah, yup. I
won't win that. I don't even want it, dude. But you know what? I'm going to take it because if they do win, then I'm 3-0. Let's do it. Plus, there's no downside for me. You have to wear the Penn State jersey.
I know, yeah. I have to win the
So there it is, on record. Penn State wins. Charles loses the Pick'em challenge and has to wear a Penn State jersey.
Yeah, I'll do it. I wasn't willing to put the Pick'em challenge in there, but Penn State.
Too late now.
Yeah, I gotta do it. I accept it. Yes. So he's got Penn State and Ohio State. All Big Ten battle. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's not unknown. I mean, shoot, we had an all SEC battle. Actually, that took place in Big Ten country in Indianapolis. Yep. So yeah, I mean, I guess it would be because I don't know. Yeah, Oregon can make a good run. I don't know if they have the bodies up front. Like that's the thing. Like when they play those teams, the ones who will run the ball in the SEC and like a Penn State or Ohio State, even though Oregon did beat Penn State, if they play Ohio State, they could get kind of ran over again. But look, my team is winning. Straight up. We going to Arch Manning's gonna go ahead. We're gonna hoist that trophy, and we're gonna win the SEC too, and we're gonna beat y'all while y'all in there. Like it's gonna be a banner year for Texas, all over the place. we're running through the conference. Well, okay, no, I think we'll catch a loss in the conference. I'm not saying I don't think we're going
We're going to
undefeated.
shoot through the conference. We're going to win the SEC. And we're going to win undefeated season, national champions.
We will take our lumps along the way. Look, I will not sit here and say we going through the SEC undefeated. We'll catch. I don't know where exactly we'll catch a loss, but
November 15th will probably be the first one.
no, I think we can win that one.
I mean, I don't see it, but you know,
Of course not.
have your hopes and dreams.
And they are high and lofty. Yes, we are.
Yeah, they are, especially November 15th when they get shattered.
I'm all about going between the hedges and walking out with that victory. Oh, that'd be so great.
Yeah, you don't walk in between the hedges and get blasted. You never want to come between the hedges again.
Oh,
You
goodness.
talk to like TCU.
So, Patrick, before we head on out, what is coming up for Bro Epic?
So me and Brantley finished our first season of Father-Son Challenge. That was last week. We finished that last week. We're fixing to start season 2, where Brantley challenged his friend Preston. So we're fixing to start that, and then I'm going to put together an entire show of the first season and put it out on YouTube probably around September 1st or September 2nd. And then, since it's been so hot out here, we're probably going to do season 2. I'm going to put that out the following month, and then the month after that, we're going to do kids versus parents kickball game, October.
All right, and here in Boca Sports, y'all know y'all got the NFL preview show coming up next week, and after that is when Patrick and I will start our college football pick'em challenge. So week 3 of the college football season, picks will start to go down, and we will ride this out all the way to the college football playoff national championship game. As Patrick has said many times on this show, he is one of the last couple of years. And so I got to see.
Now, one of the last couple of years, and how many times have we played at Charles? Just, throwing that out there.
So the last couple of years.
For the last couple of years. I'm 2-0 and Charles is 0-2.
So
Typical Georgia, Texas,
I mean, look, we only here for 2 years. And so, you know what? I have to go back and look, but I actually think you're 3-0. I think we did the college football playoff challenge going.
Oh, well, we started it late that season.
That's right.
If we're gonna do a COVID year, yeah, I'm 3-0.
Yeah.
Then if we count it, 3-0.
Yeah, we'll count it. Yeah, we'll count it. No, we ain't. No, look, a championship is a championship. Everybody goes.
I need a trophy. We need to get a trophy for this.
We might have to do that. Yeah, we'll see if we can get one sometime through the year, and then we'll unveil it during one of the shows.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Well, with that, y'all, that concludes the college football preview on the Boca Sports webcast, and that is what we are breathing on for this evening. So y'all make sure y'all visit the Boca Sports YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button, and follow the Boca Sports Facebook page. So everybody enjoy the games that are coming. We did have a few games last Saturday for week 0, but now it is full swing starting Saturday, and game started actually on Thursday. And so it'll be interesting to see how everything breaks down, and we will be with you every step of the way. So until next time, y'all take it easy, enjoy the Labor Day weekend coming up, and enjoy the games. And we'll talk to y'all next week.
Go Dogs.